To add a basic record or web-only record, you would click on the yellow button on the top right, add a new record, and choose web-only record. The difference between web-only and standard, the standard records are used more for those times when you're adding a lot of information in order to populate forms and stationery, things along those lines. For a web-only record, this information or most of the information is pushed directly to the Book of Memories. There are fewer fields, and this will allow you to push the information quickly to the Book of Memories. Again, to add a new record, you would simply click on this yellow button and then choose Web Only Record. For demonstration purposes, what we will do is open up an existing record. This shows all of the fields that need to be filled in. You will see basic information, place of death, clergy, donations, visitation, etc. But all of those fields that are listed here are contained within one page. Again, to help you create a record quickly and be able to publish it to the website. The basic information covers everything, obviously, from first name to last name. You have your date of birth, use the drop down for that. For the date of death, you can use the calendar icon. You will see for the gender option, if it is designated to male, it turns green. For female, it turns back to pink. The file number is automatically generated by the system. You can change it to your own file number if you choose. You also have the ability, once this record is saved, it will publish to the web. If you do not want that to happen, if you want to hold off until you're ready, then you can click on this drop down and click on No and Save. All the changes will be saved in the system, but will not automatically populate to the website. One other feature in the basic information section is the current and past. If you happen to have a memorial service tomorrow for someone who may have passed away 6 months ago, this will allow you to force a record to be current, so it displays, the record itself displays on your website. Once the service is over, then you can go back in and change it to automatic based on the date of service, and it will move into the past services. The Family Interactive Edition is related to the Book of Memories. The family is able to log in using this automatically generated username and password. You can change that username and password to anything that you would like or the family requests, but you can leave it just as it is. There is also the Family Interactive and Condolence email list for any family member that wishes to receive the condolences by email. You can add their email addresses here. You add one, and then you can add additional emails by clicking on this button here. The place of death, you would click on the drop down to see if the place of death that you require is listed there. If not, then you would click on Add. The pop-up appears where you would add the location information and then not forget to designate the type of location. In this case, it would be a place of death, so you would click on this checkbox and then click on Save. When you save, it will be automatically populated into the drop down and you can designate that. The same applies for the clergy members. You click on the drop down to find the clergy member that you need. If the clergy member that you require for this record is not visible, then you will have to add it to the clergy database. The donations, you can choose family preferred, charity of your choice, or no donations for each record. To find a charity, all of the registered charities are contained within this database, so you would simply type in the name of the charity as well as the province or the state and click on search to find the charity that you need. When you find a particular charity that is quite common, it's contained within the master database, but it will allow you to designate it as the preferred charity for this particular record or add it to frequent. When you add to frequent, this charity will then become visible, so you don't have to search for it every single time you create a record. The next section is for visitation. You would choose the number of visitations that you would like. You fill in the location information as well as the date and the time. If you need to add another visitation, it will automatically create more fields to fill in. The service, you could choose the location, the date, and the time. Any extra information you can fill in as well. The interment, you would just click on the drop down. At this point, there is no interment locations contained within the database, so you would want to add one in. There are no reception locations within the database, so you would need to add a location. The last part of this is the notice, the life story and obituary. You can add information into both sections. If you do so, the obituary will be the one that is visible within the Book of Memories. Once you create a basic record, you will need to save it. You click on Save at the top right. This will save all of your changes.